we'll do the money thing from the standpoint of power. You'll see when we do it. You know I don't like to talk about force. It's kind of fresh.
Yep, I love it.
I'll give you a clue.
There it is. There you are.
Good morning. Welcome. Welcome to Tapping Into You with Tapngrl. I'm your host, Colette, and I've got Lisa here with me. We haven't seen you in a little while. Seems like it's been a while.
It's been a while. I'm thinking maybe 2 months.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. Because I was like, what? So y'all, I'm sure, are going to want to know some of the things she's got going on. She's handed me a flyer for a little something she's got coming up. And I'll tell you, she could tell you about it for a second, but like anything, connect with her to find out about it and all that good stuff. Let me first and foremost thank my sponsors. Logan Street Signs and Banners, Noblesville Trophies. It is through the generosity of Jim Wofford and all things technical that he knows and understands that blow my brain up.
Amazing.
Yeah, no kidding. Lisa just got done telling me she should be writing books about helping people figure this out, sharing what he knows and all kinds of good stuff. Anyway, if you can take some business that way, please do so. They're here in beautiful Noblesville and ready, willing, and able to help you and all that good stuff. So what I'm going to have Lisa do is tell you her contact, maybe a little bit about what's coming up while I go over here and I start sharing this and getting it on my page and all that good stuff.
Yay. Hi, everybody. Yep. I'm Lisa Stasiak, and I am a Young Living Essential Oils distributor, along with Reiki Master. You can reach me, you can text me, call me, 317-750-2445. The exciting thing is that I'm going to be a part of a Central Indiana healing retreat that's going to take place November 9th, Friday through November 11th, a Saturday. So it's a great weekend, and it's for a good price. You're going to have meditations, qigong, drumming, singing bowls, labyrinth to walk, bonfire one night. Meals will be included. So let me know if you want some information, and we'll get you registered. I'm so excited about it.
Excellent.
I'm so excited about it.
Well, and you're super excited because we just got smacked down on the weather overnight. We're here in Indiana, and we went from 80-something to 56 this morning.
Yes.
All right, so let's get about the business of what we're going to talk about today. We are going to be talking about, this month of October, we're going to talk about, I decided we're going to talk about abundance, money, abundance. Now, there are those of us who say when you're talking and tapping about this, call it what it is. Abundance and prosperity is kind of ethereal. Yeah, nicey, right? We want to call it money. Okay, so I'm going to kind of give you my little roundabout story about how we got to, me and the collective, got to what we're going to talk about today. And that is, I have been having, this is going to sound really good, I've been having some trouble with my right butt. Okay, now, a lot of us know sciatica starts there. Okay, whatever. So I've been listening to this Louise Hay, Love Your Body. It's a 35-minute recording on, I found it on YouTube, okay? Really nice. She goes through and reads her book, You Can Heal Your Body, 35 minutes. Now, when she kept getting to the part about your butt, I think she called it your buttocks, she was talking about how it's the seat of your power. And I kept hearing this for days and days and days, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, the seat of my power, really? Well, it made sense to me, right? Mm-hmm. Okay? Yep. But I'm thinking, wait a minute, to the point where, I'd like sciatica, I'm starting to get a little numbness down my leg, and then, me, I take the words and I start playing with them, numbness, okay, checking out, right, okay. So what happened was when I finally connected the numbing out, okay, with the power and things like that, I kind of did my live on Tuesday, you'll know if you watched it, about the word power, because here's the deal. Okay, and most of us do. If I have a negative connotation with power, okay, then what happens is I'm not going to allow myself to be powerful. And a lot of us think that people with money were powerful. So this is how we connect the dots. This is why y'all pay me the big money, as I always say. So it was just so fascinating to me because I actually had a whole day of relief yesterday. I obviously opened up enough that I got myself kind of open and aware. And remember this, that when we're doing the tapping, okay, it's okay to be general, but you really got to get specific, okay? Right. So, for example, my life with money and the things I learned is different than yours. So what does that mean? If your parents divorced and one parent got the money and it felt like the other one didn't, you're going to see money and divorce. You're going to connect the dots and go, well,
Right.
that's not a good thing, okay? And what you don't understand is because when we think these thoughts, and remember, this is like a little child's machinations, I
Yep.
say all the time, okay? So from that little person that you were, you started connecting the dots and went, well, you know, it's kind of like we used to make a joke. I don't know why this popped in my brains. You know, God said brains. We thought he said train and said, I'll get the next one. Okay. Okay, just a funny there. All right, but it is kind of how we put things together.
True.
Now, I've been reading, some of you know, I've been reading this book, The Power of Neuroplasticity. It's such a great book, and I'm going to tell you why I really adore this book. I love this book because it is doing what I've been doing for a long time, and that is explaining all this stuff instead of woo-woo energy world, okay,
Right.
as brain, body, science. Because the more we learn that when I'm thinking the way I'm thinking, it's a practiced way of my
Yes.
brain functioning, I can get out of the fault and blame business. I can get out of the I'm not worthy business. I can, because you know, I teach you guys, and you've heard me say it, worthy and deserving is, you were born that
That's
way,
exactly
okay?
right.
Every bit of not feeling the worthy and deserving that you think is just a way that you learned, okay?
Right.
Somebody, you did something that you thought was awesome. Maybe you finger painted all over the wall and you thought it was awesome, and next thing you know, you got in trouble, and now
No.
you're equating your creativity and you shut it down, throat chakra people. You
Right.
shut it down because you got in trouble when you thought you did this, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
isn't it amazing how we do it?
It is just crazy when you stop and think about all of
Yeah,
these things.
and that's why I like to think and figure it out, because you don't have to. When I find these things, we can kind of fast track you through it, and it's just really, really a cool way of looking at things different for me. Because here's the thing, I was listening again this morning, and the basis of your life is freedom, okay? Now you all know that because you talk about free will. You know that you have infinite choice. I even have
Right.
people tell me I don't have a choice, and I said, well, yeah, you do. You may not like the choices that you've got right now from the choices you made that got you
Up
to
to
this
this point.
choice,
Right.
right?
That's
Okay,
right.
but you always have infinite choice. I mean, don't we all, when we see somebody doing something really ballsy and like, not doing that, you know, we like, oh, I wish I could be like that, right? Okay,
Yep.
so let's just take that little thing I just said. That person actually feels more powerful, right?
Right.
Okay, how many ways am I going to say, ooh, I'm not doing that, because powerful is, you see? Okay, bad. Yes. Now, here's what I did. First of all, in case you didn't know, we're here about the tapping. Okay? If you're watching me, we're going to be tapping here in a few minutes. In fact, you can right now start tapping. If you know the spots, start tapping while we're learning, because I will tell you what, it actually calms your brain and you absorb all of this a little better, a little faster, a little whatever, okay? And so even if you don't know all the spots, you can even just tap here. Okay, while we're doing the learning thing, if somebody is telling you something new and your brain is kind of like, oh, well, am I going to get this and da 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 da,
Yeah.
this right here, what I'm doing, okay, it's calming down your brain so that you can actually start to absorb the information. Okay, so money and abundance, power. Okay, so what if this was the seed of my power? That's why I started playing with it, and I went, okay, so why would I stop my own power? And then, boom, in came my dad. Okay? Power was, so I started thinking about it, right? Power was abusive. Power was intimidating. Okay? Power is mean. Power is cruel. Power is scary. Okay? Power is bossy. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, remember, these are the way a little kid connects the dots. I saw it, I lived it, boom, it is, okay? Most of us are trying to figure out how to function through this life experience from the scary stuff that happened, and we're still thinking. I'm just going to tell you, the way your brain is made to work is when you're in that scary thing, amygdala fires up, there's no blood in the brain, you are not going to have good thoughts. Okay, and he finally even got to that in the book this morning. We were reading. I was like, finally, the amygdala. Where's he been? Okay, so when I understand that in that awareness I had that, whoa, that's what I think of when I think of power. Now, wouldn't all of us, you know, when we think about, wow, it'd be really nice to be powerful. In some way, I'm just going to tell you, you almost think like it's a way to go, I don't have to take their stuff. I can snub them. You see what I'm saying? And then in comes the other fun thought. Ready? what if what if I can be kind and powerful? Nice and powerful.
Sometimes don't you think, you look at those people which we think of powerful and the ugliness and the controlling, all that kind of stuff, and you're like, boy, if I had that power, I would be
this and this and this and this.
Yes,
right.
I would be all of that.
Do you know how many people I hear talk about money and the first thing they're doing is talk about all the ways they'd give it away? I'm just going to tell you right now, you can give to nothing better than yourself. Okay? Doesn't mean you can't help anybody else. Just start thinking in terms of what would I do for me? Okay? And that wanting to help others and all those things, that's good too. But if you don't have a good abundance prosperity consciousness, we hear this all the time. People who win the lottery, and before you know it, they're out of money. They said yes to everybody. And it's because they don't think, what? They're worthy and deserving. Right. Oh, I got, ill-gotten gains. I was just telling somebody the other day, I listened to a recording some time ago, and it was called, If Money Was Your Lover, What Are All the Ways You Keep It Away?
Huh.
Yeah. There's never enough of you. What lover wants to hear that, right?
Right.
I'm trying to think. You're dirty, filthy lucre.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah, everybody, that gets me all warmed up, right? Okay, but you see what I'm saying? When you start to take those thoughts, ideas, and beliefs that you have that run so fast through your brain that you don't even know, because everything that I teach and that I do in the work I do with people, I'm a coach, okay? I just don't use the word as freely as a lot of people do, because maybe it's a little overused.
There are certain words I think that are overused in coach, because you can go to Facebook or websites and you just see all kinds of coaches.
Yeah. And I will tell you, I had something happen with me yesterday that kind of blindside me, stunned me. I've been since yesterday getting me back to focusing, getting control of my focus, so that I'm focused on, whatever it was that happened, if it's the do not want, the do want is known. I can focus on it, or I can keep figuring out, and I can keep being upset, and I can keep saying, whoa, here's how that felt, because I'm the only feeler for me. Okay, so we're always trying to figure out, why would someone do that? And when we understand that, again, you've heard me say this, we're doing the best we can do, okay? And that a lot of times people are making choices and decisions that they think are the best choices and decisions. And minding my own business means I don't have to be in how they came to that. I get back to me. How do I want to feel? Because here's the deal, people. I get a match to me. And in that getting a match to me, I want a match that is expansive, happy, joyful, in control. I teach you all the time about control. The only thing I can control is me. And when I'm upset or I'm focused on that thing, I'm out of control. Okay? That's some fun. Okay, so I was just saying to Lisa, I want to tell you one more thing. Tuesday, anybody who was on there with my live knows that I went to the dentist Tuesday. And as I was in the chair, because, I kind of tense up and stuff like that, I remember thinking, gee, why are we all so afraid of the dentist? Okay. And then I was reminded of this really cool thing I learned. It's probably been in the last month, and Lisa said I hadn't told her, so if I told y'all before, then just bear with me. But we learn through repetition, okay? So hearing this, every time I think of this, it really helps me shift fast. And there was someone who did a study. I don't know when, I don't know who did it. All I know is basically the gist of it, okay? There was a study they did with mice. And what they did was, those mice, they would have smell a cherry blossom and then zap it, electric shock, okay? Over time, that mouse learned when it smelled the cherry blossom, danger, danger, Will Robbins, right? Okay?
Right.
Now, when they extrapolated out, and I don't even know if that's the right word, but when they went out multi-generations, up to 6 generations, those mice still knew to fear the cherry blossom. So I'm just going to tell you, if your parents and your parents' parents and your parents' parents' parents and your parents' parents' parents feared the dentist, okay? Do you see why we're all afraid of the dentist? I'm sorry, all you dentists out there, but this is just multi-generational belief. So that's why so many dentists are trying to do this thing of, we're the caring, we're the compassionate, we care.
I like the gentle dentist.
The gentle dentist.
I can have a blanket if I want.
That's right. I can have a blankie and my toy and my stuffed animal. Okay, so in thinking about power, okay, and I already said a lot of the words. If I think power is corrupt, okay, let's go back to my boot tricks and the pain in the butt. Of course, my first question was, who's a pain in my butt? And I knew it was me, right? Okay, because I do all this in metaphysics. That I make the metaphysical connection, the body and what's going on and all of that stuff, okay? So if I think that power is corrupt, I'm going to stop myself from stepping in, get it, to my own power, moving forward into my own powerful me, because on an however you want to call it, conscious level, anything but conscious, okay? That is my body doing the best it can to protect me from keeping me moving into my power, and having somebody saying, well, doesn't she think she,
Isn't she special?
It used to be really bad. When women started speaking up, we were all called aggressive. When a man speaks up, it's assertive. I mean, you see what I'm saying?
Right. They're allowed to do
and
that.
And we're all still navigating these changes. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that a really good way to find out some of the blocks that you have to the money and the abundance that you want is just start playing with the word power. If it's abusive, if it's scary, you just start out like this. Let's pick one of the words, okay? Actually, I'm going to start. We're not even going to pick a word. We're going to start with a setup phrase that I wrote. I'm going to tell you one more thing. There was a client I was working with, and when he was little, his parents spoke about money around the dinner table. Decided, because money spent on him, that maybe that's not the best thing.
That's not good.
Take less. So there's all kinds of ways that we learn that. Even Ty, who was here last time, if you didn't see that show, go watch it, was talking about the ways that he doesn't receive, that he doesn't take, because, we all don't want to be takers either, right? So that now he's having trouble putting on weight. Now he's having trouble lining up with his butt. Just all kinds of things that are a manifestation of that. I have to laugh sometimes because I always think, gee, who was I? Because, it used to be the heavier you were, the more affluent.
Right.
So I try and convince myself that this extra weight is me living another life and still being affluent. Not working so great so far, but I'll get there. I did just start a few days ago really in earnest tapping about the weight and my feelings about my body and myself and those things, and I had a big old boohoo sob one day because I was, when we start to realize these things, we're like, wow, really when you think about what this body's been through.
I know.
I was telling somebody the other day about some of the high school stuff I did. I'm sure you didn't do it. That I said, seriously, that my body rebounded back from all of that. Like, whoa. Okay, so what I want you to do is, I want you to think of somebody who is powerful. You don't even have to have the word, okay, about what it is that they did, but we're going to use the setup phrase, even though I'm afraid I'll be like them.
Okay.
Okay? So really, remember when we're doing the tapping, it's always about the feeling. So when you think about them, whoever the them is, the preacher, the dad, the teacher, the mom, whoever it was that seemed powerful, okay? Got it? Now, somebody said to me the other day that power meant freedom. And I thought, well, maybe they mean freedom for the person who has power.
Right.
Because I wasn't connecting with them with that on a level with them. Now, a lot of us, just so you know, you guys, okay, when I work with every person I work with one-on-one, when I ask these questions, I get a nicey nice answer first. What's power? Oh, freedom, happiness, joy. No, it's not. Let's get to the garbage, because I'm the garbage man. You bring me in, I'm the garbage man.
Bring it to Colette.
Bring me your garbage. Some of them bring me a little too much garbage. Some of them want to dump their garbage on me and make me responsible for their garbage, and I'm not taking responsibility for your garbage. I'll help you bring it up. I'll help you tap it out, but I did not create your garbage. That's your garbage. Okay, so remember also that the brain, the way we think is a practice loop of thought. Chemicals go into the body. You've heard me say this a bunch of times. When we're tapping, while we're thinking about that person, Okay, even though I'm afraid I'll be like them, we're going to interrupt the chemicals that go from the brain into the body, okay? And then what we're going to do is we might see what the next thing is coming up. I hope you've been tapping while you've been watching, doing this, okay? Because even at that, just doing that, you've been getting yourself primed. I got to tell you, it's so funny when we do group.
Oh, yeah.
By the time I'm done, everybody's just now primed and wants to share all their garbage.
Oh, yeah.
Share more of their garbage. Okay, I'm like, we only take the garbage out for 2 hours when you're with me. All right, so even though I'm afraid I'll be like them, okay? So feel about it. If there's somebody specific you got in mind, great. It could just be kind of a feeling thing you have out here. Get that 1 to 10 rating. How afraid are you that you will be like them if you're powerful? You got it? Okay, here we go. Remember, you're just going to repeat after me. Even though I'm afraid, go ahead.
Even though I'm afraid.
That if I step into my power.
That if I step into my power.
I'll be like them.
I'll be like them.
And I deeply and completely.
And I deeply and completely.
Love and honor myself.
Love and honor myself.
And even though I'm afraid I'll be like them if I'm powerful.
And even though I'm afraid I'm going to be like them if I'm powerful.
I love and accept myself.
I love and accept myself.
And even though I have this fear.
And even though I have this fear.
In my body.
In my body.
It's real.
It's real.
That if I'm powerful.
That if I'm powerful.
I'll be like them.
I'll be like them.
Okay, I don't know. I just had the nasty boss pop up in my head so big. I deeply and completely.
I deeply and completely.
Love and honor myself.
Love and honor myself.
Okay, take a nice big breath. Right here on the eyebrow. My fear of my own power.
My fear of my own power.
Side of the eye. What if I'm like them?
What if I'm like them?
Under the eye. I'd rather be in pain than be like them.
I'd rather be in pain than be like
them. Now, don't worry. We know that's not true. We say the yucky, nasty stuff to get it out of your system, okay? Right here. I'm afraid if I'm powerful.
I'm afraid if I'm powerful.
Chin. I'll be like them.
I'll be like them.
Collarbone. I don't want people to think I'm like that.
I don't want people to think that I'm like that.
Under the arm. So I push away my power.
So I push away my power.
Top of the head. I didn't even realize I was doing it.
I didn't even realize I was doing it.
Eyebrow. This power that might be connected to my money.
This power that might be connected to my money.
Side of the eye. I say I want more money.
I say I want more money.
Under the eye. Money is powerful.
Money is powerful.
Under the nose. I don't want to be like those powerful, nasty people.
I don't want to be like those powerful, nasty people.
Chin. You mean I've been pushing away my money?
You mean I've been pushing away my money?
Collarbone. So that I'm not powerful and abusive?
So that I'm not powerful and abusive?
You get it? Yeah, under the arm. This is such good stuff.
It is.
Under the arm. All that power I pushed away.
All that power I pushed away.
Top of the head. Maybe I didn't really understand power.
Maybe I didn't really understand power.
Eyebrow. Now, you guys know me well enough to know that I like to teach a new concept while we're doing this, because now that we've got the brain getting blood back in it, we can have a better thought. I like to kind of start shifting things around for you. So let's just keep going. My fear about my power.
My fear about my power.
Side of the eye. What if I'm confused about power?
What if I'm confused about power?
Under the eye. What if that's a little child's machinations?
What if that's a little child's machinations?
Under the nose. No power for you.
No power for you.
Shit, the soup Nazi popped in.
Yeah.
Right here. All that fear of my power.
All that fear of my power.
Because I feared theirs.
Because I feared theirs.
If I feared their power.
If I feared their power.
I might fear mine too.
I might fear mine too.
Maybe I don't really know what power is.
Maybe I don't really know what power is.
What is my power?
What is my power?
Under the eye. What if my power?
What if my power?
Under the nose. The most powerful me.
The most powerful me.
Chin. Is to mindfully and deliberately.
Is to mindfully and deliberately.
Collarbone. Choose what I'm thinking and feeling about.
Choose what I'm thinking and feeling about.
Under the arm. Because the basis of my life is freedom.
Because the basis of my life is freedom.
Top of the head. I have infinite choice.
I have infinite choice.
Okay, we're going to do some more right here. Power's not something I get.
Power's not something I get.
Side of the eye. I already am powerful.
I already am powerful.
Under the eye. Power is something I acknowledge.
Power is something I acknowledge.
Under the nose. Power is something I already have.
Power is something I already have.
Chin. Powerful me.
powerful me.
Collarbone. Okay, now we're going to just throw in some words with it, okay? Angry power.
Angry power.
Under the arm. Mean power.
Mean power.
Top of the head. Intimidating power.
Intimidating power.
Eyebrow. Now, this is what got me crying the other day, right here on the eyebrow. Scary power.
Scary power.
Side of the eye. All that scary power.
All that scary power.
Under the eye. That corrupt power.
That corrupt power.
Under the nose. That abusive power.
That abusive power.
Chin. Haven't we all seen people abuse power?
Yeah, haven't we always seen?
Collarbone. I don't want to be like that.
I don't want to be like that.
Under the arm. What if that's not my most powerful me?
What if that's not the most powerful me?
When I mindfully and deliberately choose.
When I mindfully and deliberately choose.
What I speak about.
What I speak about.
What I think about.
What I think about.
What I feel about.
What I feel about.
Eyebrow. Bill Gates has power.
Bill Gates has power.
See how nobody's brain went there yet? Did you see that?
Yes.
Isn't that amazing how we
Yes.
do that? Side of the eye. There are so many wonderful, powerful people.
There are so many wonderful, powerful people.
I'd probably be better off focusing on them.
So true. I'd probably
Just so
better
you know,
off
there is now no
than
numbness
them.
in my butt and leg.
Woohoo!
I mean, do you see
Just
what I'm
got-
saying?
yes,
When we start
yes.
to release it.
Yeah.
Now, just so you know, you guys keep tapping. A lot of times we see these videos and we see people getting relief and we're like, why aren't I a 1-minute miracle? Okay? I'm just telling you, a lot of times when you're tuning in, they've been doing 3-5 days of work, maybe weeks,
Right.
maybe months, okay? Not everything's a 1-minute miracle, okay? As soon as you start comparing, you're going to fall off the edge, okay? I just saw somebody
Don't.
fall off
Yes.
into the water, okay?
Yep.
So you don't want to do that, okay? Does one snowflake fall by another one going, I'm prettier? No. Does one
No.
flower? No, they all get to delight in the specialness, the uniqueness of what
Right.
it is. Under the arm, choosing to connect with my power.
Choosing to connect with my power.
Top of the head. You mean I can be kind and powerful?
You mean I can be kind and powerful?
Eyebrow. Now that's something that I would like to be.
Now that's something I would like to be.
Side of the eye. I can choose it.
I can choose it.
Under the eye. I'm never going to be able to feel or figure out.
I'm never going to be able to feel or figure out
Under the nose. Why they're making the choices they made.
why they're making the choices they made.
Chin. Besides, it's none of my business.
Besides, it's none of my business.
It's my job
It's my job
to get feeling better
to get feeling
by
better
focusing on something
about focusing on something
I can appreciate.
I can appreciate.
Under the arm. I can appreciate my awareness.
I can appreciate my awareness.
Top of the head, because I'm feeling pretty good about this.
Because I'm feeling pretty good about this.
Letting go of those fears about power.
Letting go of those fears about power.
Allowing my brain to sort this info out differently.
Allowing my brain to sort this info out differently.
Under the eye. Letting go of any fears of power.
Letting go of any fears of power.
Under the nose, about it being a negative.
About it being a negative.
Chin. In this life or any other.
In this life or any other.
Collarbone. All the ways I got that information.
All the ways I got that information.
Under the arm. On a cellular level.
On a cellular level.
All the way back through my past.
All the way back through my past.
Top of the head. It's safe for me to let it go.
It's safe for me to let it go.
Okay, take a breath. Okay? Because really, what is my power? My power is to choose. Am I focused on why that happened and I felt hurt, or am I focused on, okay, look, I understand this and I've practiced it enough, okay? I'm going to tell you, and I've been saying this for a while, you can know this here all day long,
Yeah.
okay? But this is the feeling place. It's why we tap. Okay? And the second thing is, if you're not practicing, now this is something I've been talking to everybody I've been working with lately on, really, really big. If you're not practicing, saying the affirmations out loud, listening to something better from YouTube, affirmations, whatever, writing. See, when we're writing, we're engaging the brain, the arm, everything. I got to think it. I'm bringing in more senses, okay? I've got frankincense. I've got lavender sitting by me where I do work with people, and I just pick them up constantly and just sniff. I'm just sniffing. Tell us what you brought.
Okay, I brought abundance actually.
Yay.
For today. I also brought release,
That's a good one.
and I thought so too.
Yeah.
Build your dream oil, and that's just a
Nice.
good mix. And my favorite is peppermint always.
Yeah, we were saying before we got here with you guys, said, isn't peppermint good for everything? I'm going to wake you up, give you energy,
Yes.
give you clarity. You know, I've got a menthol thing in my purse I bought years ago that I still, every once in a while, I just get a big shot
Beautiful.
of menthol. You know,
Oh,
I love doing that.
love it.
So, it really is about having the awareness. Now, I'm going to give you a couple other setup phrases you might use if you're going on. First of all, if you had a specific memory, okay, maybe somebody scared the bejeebers out of you, okay, who was an authority figure, okay, because power is authority, okay, an authority figure who scared you, okay, that's the story you want to tell. Just tell that story while you're doing the tapping, and that's how you get the depth. Make sure you go back after a couple rounds, letting it go, letting it go, letting it go, because your story looks different than mine, okay? All right? I grew up in where we had some scary stuff happen when I was little. I probably just heard my mom and dad talk about money or something and got, fearful stuff about money. Ooh, money. This doesn't sound like a happy subject, you see?
I can tell you, even as a mom, before knowing and learning, I can think of things that I've told my girls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Thinking you're training them really the best way to
what
handle
I knew,
all this.
yeah, from my parents, and that I've kind of passed on. So I'm kind of working through a little bit of helping them a little bit.
Yeah,
seeing
'cause
something different.
yeah.
Right. Not feeling guilty. But
Right.
just recognizing that that's what I knew.
Right. And you can even start out as simply when you're doing the tapping by going money. Money, money. Just let yourself feel all the angst, all the frustration. How do I get it? We're going to be doing money power in a couple weeks when Melissa's here. But, there's it's better to give than receive. Not. There's there's just so many false premise that we have in here about how we function and how all this works. So, I want to tell you a couple things. Tonight from 4 to 8, if you're special needs and you're in around Fishers, Westfield, Indianapolis, all of those areas, go to my timeline. There's a 4 to 8. We got a Body Mind Connect thing going on where I'll be there about the tapping. We'll have other people with other modalities, other ways of dieting, non-gluten, and other things. That facilitate people that have special needs. I got to tell you, I love the special needs community because they're very open.
Yeah.
Very open.
I think
A
that's
lot of us
beautiful.
think we're so smart peeps, and I'm going to tell you, you were trained some crappy ways of thinking that when you start understanding that that's just limitation and you start saying, is that all there is? You're going to open yourself up for more and more awareness that in the basis of my life being freedom and I have infinite choice, why would I choose that other than it limits me?
Right.
Okay, so you want to get outside the box. Sunday, I have a group at my home. Depending on when you say this, I better say the date. Sunday, October 14, 2018. A group at my home. I'm letting some people video in, but if you're around the area and you want to come in person, let me know. Send me a message. Remember, repetition, which is how the brain learns, okay, is the practice. So you all have heard me say, practice, 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 practice. Okay. Me just saying practice, practice, practice. That's the repetition that helps me remember that it's practice. Okay. So you want to start asking your questions. What does power mean to me? What do powerful people with money look like? Maybe they get away with stuff the rest of us don't get away with. I mean, we all think that on some level. Somebody the other day brought up the government and police.
Think about that.
Yeah. Oh, God, that was terrible the way that felt. Okay, so some other things you got. Even though I have a negative connotation with power, no wonder I don't connect to it. That's another setup phrase you can use. Even though I'd rather be broke than powerful. How many of you out there are doing that? Because you just think that walking around in your broke money self, somehow you're a better person. Okay? Even though I'm intimidated by powerful people. I can tell you I am. I think of so many great things to say after they've walked away.
Right.
Okay. And then I wrote down butt muscle. Even though I'd rather have pain than power. Okay? Because there's a repercussion. Like I started connecting the dots where when I was thinking about my dad and I was thinking about the interior, and remember, he was doing the best he could. He was just trying to train me to be a good person. And I understand all of that, okay? But when I started thinking about in that stuff I grew up in, you didn't speak up. You don't be powerful. Even though you were told you're smart, you're going to college, don't be smarter than the guy telling you that, because what are the repercussions? Well, with me, it was always going to be scary.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay? So really, what is, when you remember your superpower, your ultimate power is that nobody can feel for you. Nobody can make you think what anybody's making you think. You really do get to choose. Now, sometimes you've chosen your way to where the choices seem a little limited. Okay? You got to get through that, but you got to also start choosing deliberately now. And
Right.
it can be as simple as saying, I choose to know that I have the power to feel good. I choose to know that I can look for things to appreciate and feel better. You see how I'm doing this? Okay? It's really like that, and it takes practice. It's why I can do it, because you guys know, I've told most of you I work with, if I could think and feel for you, I would do it, because I do it a little better than you do. And it really just takes practice. There's no, you weren't given less than anybody else. Okay, you didn't get the unlucky bullseye on your back. Okay, it really is how you think about things, because those thoughts with feeling, emotion is energy in motion. So when you're in a feeling state, okay, when you're feeling bad, start using that as the jumping off place of finding out, oh, what am I feeling bad about? And if you don't know, just start tapping. I had a guy ask me this morning, he goes, well, what do you do if you don't know where it came from? I said, don't worry, I'll get you there.
Right.
I mean, we just start tapping. Gosh. Because remember, when the amygdala calms down, I got blood back in the brain. The most advanced part of my brain is the prefrontal cortex. And when I've got blood there, voila, I can think. It's why if I'm in fear and somebody says 5 times 5 and I go into panic, which I did when I was learning my times tables, versus now, it's been repeated and practiced, and my brain knows it's 25.
Right. Automatic.
Glad I knew the answer there. Yeah. Woohoo! I need a star. All right, so think about that study with the mice, because that's big stuff. All right, so we'll see you back here in 2 weeks. I want to thank Lisa again for being here.
Thank you.
I mean, really, thanks for taking the time out of your day and sitting here so we can do this for people. It's amazing. I also want to thank my sponsors again, Logan Street Signs and Banners, Noblesville Trophies, the amazing Jim Wofford, who, just allows us to do all of this, sets the place up, puts my beautiful backdrop back here. By the way, this really is my flowers. Yeah. And I love that. And look, you can even see, which way do I go? The lobelia.
Yeah.
See the little purple lobelia? That is so
They're
fun.
good.
Love that. All right. So, as always, if I can help you out, send me a note. I do this one-on-one. I do this in group. It absolutely is my passion and my pleasure. I love helping people shift and change. And, till we see you next time, peeps, keep tapping into you. See you later. I think.
I know.
We'll be back talking about money again next time. Where is he? Did he just leave us? Hello. I guess we're just going to stay here.
Okay.
I can keep talking to you. Yay! Okay, so we can pray we're going in next week. No, just kidding.
We're doing a second show.
Maybe you ought to go find him.
Oh, what about the...
I bet he doesn't know we're finished. You know what? When I go on and on, he just leaves the room, I guess.
The Central Indiana Retreat.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, so to remind you all that we're having a Central Indiana Healing Retreat, and it's going to be at the Oakwood Retreat Center in Selma, Indiana, and it's November 9th through the 11th, and you get your own room. There's food, there's drumming, there's
food's good.
Food's really good, and it's, I think, all organic and vegetarian.
Oh, nice.
So it'll be a great time. So
okay. All right, so we're going to sign off again because now he's back. All right, so that's the guy who takes care of finishing this. So what we're going to say is, till we see you next time, everybody, keep tapping into you. Woohoo! I don't like